right, yesterday was my first day playing the HELIX Stadium live in this brand new HELIX bag. No, I'm just kidding. This is the old one. I don't know when the new one's coming out. It's gonna be a while, I hear. That's okay, but I must inform you that yesterday went really well, and I posted a little something on Facebook showing my workflow of the preset I made in the previous video. If you haven't seen that, you should definitely go check it out. Very valuable in understanding like how to quickly dial in a preset that you will love, because I loved it and I played it yesterday and it was fantastic. Stuff to learn. Anyways, some of the comments said, Jimmy, you still have the peel on here. And I was like, I know. I just wanted to make sure that there was nothing going to be wrong with this thing, in case I had to like send it back or something. And I wanted to video the peel. And now's the time. Wait, how am I supposed to get it past the knobs? Ah! Ooh, look at that! Matte finish. She's a beaut, Clark. So a few first thoughts. Tone sounded really good. I had minimal time dialing it in. You know, I made the video dialing it in. I was very happy with it. One thing I did struggle with, and maybe it's because of the the difference in the two amps, I might find two amps that blend a little better, was how the Princeton broke up compared to the AC30. On my monitors here, it said that one was louder, and so I got them even, but then when I got there, the other one was still louder. It seemed louder, it was perceived as louder, so I was trying to dial in the volumes, and then like even just playing now, when I had it, like I liked it yesterday, it was saying that one side was way louder. Maybe you hear that in the headphones. So I'll spend more time dialing in those when using dual amps. But the sound was great. Everyone loved it. There was never a moment where I was like, oh, that doesn't sound as good as I thought. No, it sounded awesome. 2, somebody asked me, Andy Spence, he asked me, is it that much better? Like, what do you think? What do you feel? And I was like, I think it's, obviously I need more time with it, but the amps are more on par with, maybe exceed the Tonex ones, or the Tonex, okay? Tonex captures, and when you say that Tonex is great, it really depends on the capture that you get, right? You get a capture that's not great, and then it doesn't sound great. But the captures that I've been using, the Tone Shepherd, I've used Alter Ampworks, there's several out there that sound really, really good. I love those. They sound great. Where they shine is how they break up, how they respond when you send drives into them, how they respond when you send all your stereo wet effects into them. And that is the biggest difference between this and the OG Helix, is that the tones you can get out of the original Helix, I love. Pod Go, all that stuff. I'm not downplaying any of that. But when the difference is, you start getting some artifacts or some unnatural feel in the older Helix when you start running all those wet effects into it. It still sounds great, but when you compare them, this was much more natural, like I get when I'm running my Tonexes. Much more natural. So, in this second point, if you have an old Helix or a Pod Go and you're like, I really like the workflow, everybody's got this new thing, should I get the new shiny toy? Maybe not. Maybe you're satisfied with what you have, and that is perfectly fine. You can get some great sounds out of those other devices. I do it all the time. I run my Pod Go by itself all the time, and no one ever cares. It's so good that we're talking about minuscule differences here. But if you're like, I'm not satisfied with my tone, you could go the route of putting a Tonex or 2 stereo Tonex 1s in the effects loop of your Pod Go or HX Stomp or even the old Helix. You could do that and immediately upgrade your amps to the Agora amp models. That's my opinion right now. That's just my first thought. These may be way better, and I may come to love them the more I get to play with them. But my initial thought is that before you drop a big amount of money it takes to purchase this thing just because everybody else has one, think about what you actually need. If you're really just dissatisfied with the amps, consider grabbing 2 Tonex 1s for $300 to put into the effects loop of your Helix. That would be the next move I would do if I didn't have any money and I already had an old Helix. If my workflow with the Helix was already set up, I knew what I was doing, I just wasn't satisfied with the amps, that's the direction I would go. 3, though, benefit of this, whether I'm talking you in or out of purchasing the Stadium, the biggest upgrade, other than the fact that it sounds amazing and you don't have to have 2 Tonexes, it's all in one. The biggest upgrade for me was the workflow. And what I mean by workflow is basically the touchscreen. That touchscreen with focus mode, I can't wait to explore it even more. But you can see when you pull up an effect, you can immediately see what it is, which is cool. It looks great, but you can dial it in really quickly. The workflow is amazing. You're like for the amps, you click the amp button and you're like, oh, I like that, but I want a little bit more drive, want a little bit more crispy, or no, I want a little bit more sparkle. It's so quick and easy to do that. When you're dealing with effects, like the transistor tape, I have it set up how I normally have it set up, but I've never experimented with different sounds that maybe Line 6 is like, hey, you could do this with it. And I can't wait to explore that and all the effects, even the old effects. The workflow situation down here on the buttons, I was able to just recreate what I had in the OG Stomp, which was snapshot up and down. That's all I needed. And so the fact that I was able to do that still is great. They do have this combo button where I can hold it and I can go to some different things I don't know. Right now it says combo. I think I could set it on stomp here and then stomp B, which I could do still, and get more effects. The way I have it set up right now is when I'm leading worship and I'm singing. Steve Sterlacci was like, hey, it's an interesting layout when you have stomps and snapshot up and down. Well, that's because I do snapshot per song. So every BPM is a new song. And I need to be able to click this button on the edge here without looking at it. So it's just what I need. If I was playing lead guitar and I wasn't singing and I wasn't talking between all the songs, I would be able to dive in more deeply and do stuff. But right now I need to just be able to click things, and I'll do a lot of it without looking. And so that's why these buttons are the way they are. So yeah, that's my first reaction to this. I'm very excited to get in and mess with this focus mode even more. The next thing I'm going to do is get the Expanse pack loaded in here, and the Sunday Ready packs, the electric, acoustic, bass, and the ambient one. And I will probably, I'll be just bringing in all the old stuff, but I'll probably also update some new stuff with these new Agora amps so that you guys have some good things. I will be updating the Expanse pack little by little, but that's the cool thing about the Expanse pack is you purchase once and you get free updates for life. There are hundreds of presets in the full HELIX Expanse pack. And so it'll take some time getting them in there. I'm going to put in all my favorite stuff and maybe some of the new stuff. So those of you who got the HELIX Stadium and you're wanting the Expanse pack, there will be a lot of cool things in there. You could probably go ahead and click the link, and I may have it done by the time this video gets out, or at least most things are in there. I also have a chart that I made, like a little spreadsheet free download it's actually already in all the other Expanse packs right now, in case it would be beneficial to you, which shows all the presets that have IRs in them. In case you got one of these and you're like, hey, I just want to pull them over. They said that when you load things, the IRs don't automatically populate where they should. And so I made a little spreadsheet so you can see where they all go and match up. And it's just maybe a good reference for you guys to have. Anyways, if you want to help support the channel and get some good tones, check those out. Check the link down below for the Sunday Ready pack and the Expanse pack. What's the difference? People always ask. Expanse is an ever-growing collection of presets. I'm always adding new things in there. So like this preset that I just used on November 23rd, I might spend some time with it and dial it in even better. And I'll just put that in the Expanse pack so you guys can try it. You can try this workflow out. That's how the Expanse pack works. The Sunday Ready packs are just like 10 premium, ready to go. All the presets are pretty much laid out the same way. You just pick the amp that suits your guitar and the sound you're going for that week and just play, ready for Sunday. That's the difference between the two. Is the Sunday Ready pack in the Expanse pack? No, they're two separate bundles. What else? Do you have to buy presets? No, you don't have to. You don't have to. If you want stuff done for you and you are working full time and you got kids and family and you just want some good sounds to show up to rehearsal with, that's what these presets are for. But if you got a new device or you got the old one and you're like, I want to dial in my own stuff, you should dial in your own stuff. Definitely do. Yeah. Let me know what else you want to see. I've had some comments about things people want to see. One, the latest comment I just read was that people want to see with the Stadium multiple instruments at a time. I'll see if I can throw something about that together, maybe. Another thing that interests me is wondering if we need IRs anymore. Are these new Agora amps and the cab modeling that much better? Or is the amp modeling, the amp capture process, the amp modeling so much better, but the cabs are still the same? Like, there's the cool new focus mode, sure. Where are we at here? How do I get to focus mode? Which, by the way, I blended a cab and an IR. I don't remember if you could do that before. Not in the same block. You could do it with two separate blocks, but then like if your IR was a little bit, there could be some phase alignment issues. I didn't have any issues this time. But do we need, like, is the fact that this is touchscreen right here and we can move this around? We could do that before, it just wasn't touchscreen. So did that improve? Or is it just the amp modeling improving? And if you don't like the cabs, you can just use IRs still, or IRs still a thing? Do we still need to use those? I want to investigate that and make a video about that. What else? Let me know down in the comments. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you so much. I just want to say, I say it in a lot of videos, don't buy things you don't need. I have this because it's a part of my business. Okay. I make presets and I need to feed my family. And so that's how I justify purchasing this. I see some comments like, hey, enjoy your new toy. And one part of me is like, hey, thanks. The other part of me is like, oh, I don't want people to feel like they have to have stuff. You have all these influencers, and I guess I'm in that boat, making content around it, but you don't need it. you don't need it. And I will prove it to you because I'm not getting rid of my Helix. I'm not getting rid of the HX Stomp. I still play through the Vailton GP5 and the Tone X's. I use it all so I can make content here, but you can create, if I had to just pick one, I could make good sounds the rest of my life with these devices. So don't give in to the gas and think you have to have it. But if you have the funds, and if it's going to, if the features that like I've talked about with the touchscreen and the workflow are something you need, grab it. It's good. It's all good. All good. All right. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.